All right, I think we are at time, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar, Scale Your Dynamics 365 Business with Sherweb's Partner to Partner program. A couple housekeeping items before we get started. Everyone is in listen-only mode, so while we won't have any live Q&A, I do encourage everyone to post any questions at any point into the chat. We do have some time carved out at the end where we should have time to address any questions, certainly as time allows. So don't be shy. Feel free to post any questions in there. We are also recording this session, and we'll share a link of the recording with all participants as well. So wanted to make everyone aware of that. Want to right at the top thank everyone for taking time out of their day to join us. I know it's certainly a busy time of year as everyone's kind of wrapping up year end. We got the holidays coming around, so we certainly appreciate everyone carving out some time. I do think we've got some great content that's both relevant and actionable to our partners. So with that, we'll go ahead and dive in here. So first things first, I'll introduce our speakers. First, myself. My name is Casey Woodlock. I am Business Development Manager here at Sherweb on our Microsoft Dynamics 365 team. So my role is really working with our partners, both new to Dynamics and our current ones, really helping them build, scale, grow their Dynamics practice. With me is my esteemed colleague, Colin Mayhew. Colin is my counterpart on our Dynamics team here as well. Colin's really a wealth of knowledge on all things Dynamics, and I'll be turning it over to him in just a second here. We also have a couple guest speakers as well that I'm really excited to be joining us. Gloria Bell from Microsoft. Gloria Bell is really one of our go-to resources over at Microsoft on the marketing side for all things Dynamics. Microsoft and Sherweb are really very well aligned in our go-to-market motions, really around all things Microsoft, but certainly Dynamics. And Gloria Bell's a big part of that. So we're really appreciative that she's able to join us today. And then last but not least, we have Peter Wolf. Peter's the president at Azamba Consulting Group, and really excited to have Peter's perspective. Peter and Azamba, his team, are one of our partners in our partner to partner program. They're one of our implementation partners, so really excited to hear from him on that perspective as well. As far as our agenda, we're really going to follow that speaker format. So I'm going to turn it over to Colin in a second here. He's really going to level set on exactly, what is partner to partner, or P2P, as you'll hear us refer to it, just to kind of make sure everyone's aware of exactly what we're talking about here, and probably more importantly, why you as a partner should be excited about it, and certainly, how to get your customers engaged as well. At that point, we'll turn it over to Gloria Bell to give kind of the Microsoft perspective on P2P, but in particular, she's going to spend a lot of time talking about a Microsoft offering called CloudAscent. It's a really valuable data set that allows you to target and take action on potential customers to really grow and expand your Dynamics business. So she's going to spend a lot of time on that. That's a great tool for partners. And then finally, as I said, Peter will come in then, and we'll get his perspective to really show you what it looks like as far as if you're an MSP looking to engage in partner to partner. Peter will give a really kind of set the stage for what that looks like from a Azamba standpoint and everything that they can offer as well. And then, as I said, feel free to post those questions. We'll have time for some Q&A at the end before we wrap up. So with that, enough from me. I am going to turn it over to Colin to talk about partner to partner. Colin, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Casey. I appreciate. Thanks for the great introduction. I'm not going to take too much of everybody's time, but I want everybody to think about this in the following way. The partner to partner program is, on the simplest level, it's a way to sell certain products to your clients that you can't currently service at the same level as you do some of the core MSP functions that you provide. Dynamics, business applications more generally, are often really specialized products that need to be your full-time job if you're going to be offering them. Typically, it's not just it's not something you can layer on without expertise. So that keeps a lot of folks away. And partner to partner, very simply, is a way for you to sell that even without the expertise. But more than that, I want you to think about your clients and just kind of more abstractly, think about your clients and what they expect from you. If you're an MSP, your clients expect you to be the everything store. Everything that comes out of a computer, they expect you to know about and to be able to advise them on, right? And they don't necessarily know the subtle differences between security, uh, web hosting, uh, your office productivity products, and then your line of business apps. They don't necessarily see those things as different. They see them all as being part of that same technology infrastructure. And to a degree, of course, they're right. You can assign Dynamics licenses in the M365 Admin Center, so it feels like it's kind of just part of the whole package. But of course, it's a really different skill set. But it's also an opportunity for you to provide more value for your customers, even if it's not your specialty. So where Sherweb comes in is we want to bring you in contact with excellent partners who are as specialized with business applications and business applications consulting as you are with managed services and IT infrastructure. So where you can't necessarily serve them directly, you can guide them to where they need to go. And a lot of MSPs are just opting out of this. Just we also will hear MSPs having the same conversation about Azure. They're saying, "Oh, we don't want to touch Azure. We don't know about it." And when you decide as an MSP to cut something out of your potential scope of services, even if it's not you providing them directly, it opens your customer to having conversations with somebody else. And you want them to come to you for everything, even if it's not you who delivers everything, because as their advisor, they're coming to somebody they can trust to give them the right advice for what they need to do as part of their digital transformation, their digital business plan into the future. So that kind of value you can provide goes far beyond being able to, gain extra revenue from selling something else. It makes you stickier as not just a technology partner, but as a business partner. You're that hub for everything that they need that comes out of a computer. And that's what they're looking for more and more from an MSP, I think. So we want to make sure that you are able to connect to other partners who can provide your clients with valuable services that you can stand behind. So we're going to ask you to identify good fit clients and figure out, who could be a good fit for business applications. And we're going to help you. We're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to use some of Microsoft's fantastic data to connect you with customers in your list who you may not have realized are actually showing really strong propensity towards making these purchases, or at least evaluating these purchases. So and then, we're not expecting you to become, say, a Dynamics shop overnight, although you can start down that road if you want to. But what you can do is you can push this opportunity out to a partner-to-partner Dynamics expert who we can connect you with. You continue to maintain that client relationship where you're adding value through your relationships, and you don't need to involve yourself in the D365 implementation project. You can leave that to the other professionals, and you can receive financial benefit from that, as well as the benefit of providing your customers with services they need from a partner that you can stand behind. You can receive and if you're a Dynamics partner, this is a source of leads for you. You can get client referrals that are much warmer because you're being introduced rather than getting a web inquiry where maybe you've got a customer who's approaching many different partners and is just playing them off each other for pricing. All of a sudden, you're being introduced by their MSP, so you're a preferred option. You can then your part is to do what you always do, which is size out the project, estimate it, start to do presentations and all that good stuff in the evaluation process. You get that SOW out, deliver the project, continue to support the customer afterwards. So that's our vision right there, where we're hoping that the Dynamics partner is also going to form a long-term relationship with the customer, as part of the MSP's extended scope of services, in a sense. And where Sherweb wants to help here is we want to translate your customer list into a list of prospects for D365 other business applications within the Microsoft universe here. So we want to teach you how to identify those great prospects, how to have conversations with them and turn them into folks who are interested in doing this, and how to really start a great sales experience on your end, and continue it during that handoff. I think, another part of it is just introducing you to those right people, so that you're always going to be able to know who to go to with the right opportunity, and keep brokering those introductions and creating strong partnerships for you. We also want to help you with the sales and marketing. If this is something you want to do at some kind of scale, we'd love to help. If that's a direction you want to go, we'd be happy to train some of your sales reps, give them resources to go to market with, and support those conversations along the way. Bring us in. We'd be happy to talk to your customers and just do a bit of an early consultation on what the fit looks like for them and how they could potentially benefit. So next steps after this, we want to give you a sense of what's some of that stuff, what this journey is going to look like, and if this is something you want to get into, we can please let us know. We'll work with you to identify opportunities within your customer list, and then we'll get you matched with the right D365 partner who's going to service those needs really, really well. And then we want to keep the conversation going. We want your feedback, and we want to hone this over time, so that this is an offer that you can always go to your customers with, knowing that they're going to have a good experience, good outcomes, and hopefully, have a high sales conversion rate and really low churn. So I would say that is that's my portion, and I see now it's Glorabelle's turn. Has she arrived, or do we need to skip to Peter?
Yeah, I believe Glorabelle is having some technical issues being able to join. Yeah, so but that's okay. We can give her some more time. We can kind of just pivot on the fly here. So I'm actually going to skip ahead, and Peter, if you're good with it, I'm going to jump ahead of Glorabelle's slides and go to you and give you the floor, and maybe you can give your perspective first, and then hopefully Glorabelle's able to join, and we'll pivot back to her if that works.
Yeah, and I can discuss some of the CloudAscent data too, Casey.
That'd be great.
She doesn't jump on, because we do a lot of walkthroughs of CloudAscent data for the partners that don't know what that is, and the amazing opportunities that's buried within the CloudAscent data. By the way, I have a coworker back there, so just here, I'll just do this. Oh, there you go. She waved. All right. So hi, everybody. My name is Peter Wolf with Azamba Consulting Group. You could probably move on to the next slide, but if anybody wants to connect with me, you can reach out via LinkedIn. But the best route is just to reach out to your Sherweb account exec. They'll put you in touch with the right resources to help you get on your way. And usually what happens for us is you, as the partner, might have a customer that says, hey, I'm looking at Salesforce, or I'm looking at NetSuite, or a different accounting software. And when that happens, Microsoft has some of the, in my opinion, they have the best business application solutions for the mid-market today. They are just cranking out some amazing tools. I've been selling business applications for over 25 years now, and the Microsoft tools are just phenomenal. And I say that not only as someone that resells them and helps customers implement them for their own successes, but we actually are avid users. And Casey, I know you and I have talked about this, but like Dynamics is just so phenomenal. They're making it easy for small businesses to achieve results without the costly, expensive consulting time or the complicated configuration and custom development work that used to be required even 5 years ago. A lot of it's drag and drop right now. And that's why Microsoft Business Application Solutions are just they're taking off. And if you're not doing some sort of motion with it directly, you should take advantage of the Sherweb program, do P2P, because your customers will thank you and you will thank you because you'll be spinning up extra revenue for little to no work. And that's kind of our model is we say we make it easy for partners to add a business apps practice with no headcount, no effort, no labor. So it's a pretty nice model. Here's a little bit about us. I'm not going to go into all these things, but I will say that the number one thing I think most partners like about us is we have a very structured, proven out methodology, and we do 100% money back guarantee. And the reason why I like to stress that is because it tells you that we're in it for your customer success. So if you bring us in, we're going to make you look like heroes, and we're going to make your customers very happy. We back our promises up with our pocketbooks. And yeah, we have had to give money back. So people ask me that all the time. It's pretty rare. We've been doing this for a long time. We have over 450 SMB CRM implementations. So anywhere from 5 to 100 seats. That's our sweet spot. We have some customers with hundreds and hundreds of seats, but our sweet spot is those smaller businesses. We manage a lot of end users. Most of our model, you sell the licenses, so you retain control of the customer relationship. You buy your licenses through Sherweb, just as you would normally. So you control those licenses, you control the relationship, but we do all the work as far as closing the business, making sure the business is proper fit for the tools. If it's not, we'll recommend whatever is more appropriate. Close the business, implement it, configure it, support it, customize it. We're there for the long haul, and we spin up an MSP style business, a monthly recurring revenue, and you participate in the revenue share for the life of the relationship. So we're actually acting more as a outsourced practice arm for you than a referral partner. So that works out well for you, works out well for us, works out well for Sherweb, and it works out great for the customer. 95% of our business is partner to partner. So that's our commitment to the channel. That's why we're here with Sherweb today, because we're committed to your success, and we do sell some direct. People find us on the web, but most of our business is through partners like you. I think that's it, Casey. I'm going to skip. People can ask questions, I think, in the chat, but they can let us know. So the way we do the 100% money back guarantees, because we've done so many of these projects and we've built this structured, proven methodology that we know works. It's all based on a quick go live model. So a lot of business applications thoughts are, it's very scary, it's a lot, it's too much. And there's a lot of consulting firms out there that sell business applications that will ask for every last requirement from your customer, and they will build out these big bang projects that are like 6 figures and take over a year before the customer actually sees something rolling out. Our plans will have your customers up and running in, let's just say 4 weeks. It varies. It can be shorter, it can be a little bit longer, but typically 4 weeks. The reason why that's so great is because, first of all, you keep the scope low, you keep the time to ROI high or short, and then you keep that, you kind of create a snowball effect where the customer starts working with the basics, and then you add in, as they learn more about the software, they keep adding in some of the cool features that Dynamics offers. And for those of you who don't know about the Power Platform, the Power Platform is literally the most beautiful thing I've ever seen as a technical nerd, because it can do so much. It's like drag and drop automations, workflows, portals, so you can connect with your customers and your vendors and your suppliers and your outside agents right through a portal. You got your virtual chat, and of course, Copilot. All these things, these amazing tools are there at your fingertips and at your customers' fingertips to you just add them in over time. So, and then we do recommend that crawl, walk, run philosophy, which is start small, add in as you go. It's proven, it's structured. We've done hundreds and hundreds of these implementations. We revise the program. We don't sit back and just assume it's perfect. We revise it as we go. So every couple of years, we'll do a massive survey of our customers. What are we doing right? What do you wish we were doing differently? What are we not doing that you wish we do? And we revise our program to adjust to the changing times. It's a pretty good model, and it works really well. Fixed fee, fixed scope. This really breaks down to making sure that you and your customers, there's no surprises. If they're asking for X, they're going to get X. We're committed to X. And so that's how we do things. We do a virtual coworker model. This has been revolutionary. A lot of CRM projects fail, And so if you are up on the data, it's like anywhere from 40 to 70% of CRM projects fail. They just are, after 12 months, it's like that treadmill that you bought years ago in the hopes of exercising, and it's just sitting there as a coat rack now. That's unfortunately how CRMs end up for a lot of customers. So our model is success proven. And one of the tricks to the way we do this is we have a virtual coworker model, so customers don't have to worry about the meter running every time there's a problem and they want to get a hold of us. We're in a team with them, and they can just ping our people and say, hey guys, here's what's going on. What can we do here? Or we want to build a dashboard. What do we do here? And we're just like a coworker down the hall, and we just get them where they want to be real quick. And then each of our customers has a dedicated success coach. And a success coach is just a fancy way of saying someone that's vested in their interests. And yeah, it's a functional consultant, and they will loop in other people as needed. So a lot of partners stay away from the business applications because they are a lot. There's a lot going on with business applications. And if you have the bandwidth to spin up a practice, I encourage you to do so. The business applications is blowing up right now. There's always room for more partners to do it themselves. But I've read stats that say it takes about a couple years and about $500,000 investment to do it right. So just be aware of what you're getting into. But the opportunity is huge because customers are demanding this stuff. So the way we do things is this success coach is really all about how do we apply our knowledge of the product with our knowledge of the business needs, marry those two things together, and where we need to, the success coach will lean into other people on our team that have specialties. Like this person specializes in automation, this person specializes in technical issues, etc. So we've got specialists that the success coach will lean on, and so we act as a team with our customers to deliver results. And Glory Bell's here. So I think I just have one more slide, and then I'm going to turn it back over to Glory Bell. So one thing that's pretty exciting right now, that this is the first time we're actually publicly announcing this, is we're offering free implementations. The hope here is that it will drive new sales. So you combine this with your CloudAscent data, and Glory Bell is going to talk to you about this, but there are, in the CloudAscent data, it will tell you cross-sell opportunities. It'll tell you, hey, based on our big data analytics, these customers here probably are looking at CRM, and we want to let them know about Microsoft CRM before they go off and buy an inferior product like Salesforce. I couldn't resist, Casey. But so our program here is to help excite people to at least pick up the phone and listen, because we're going to do a free implementation. There are some conditions. It's a regular value of $7,500. It's our onboarding program that we back up with our money back guarantee. In this case, it'll be free, so there's no money to give back, but it's free to your customers. We're funding this with Sherweb and Microsoft support through co-op dollars. There's limited availability. So if you have customers, once you hear what Glory Bell has to tell you, definitely look at your CloudAscent data. If you're having difficulties, contact your Sherweb rep. They'll help you with it. They'll walk you through it. But sign up now. We've already booked our class. This December class is already full. January's class is, I think, near full. So, but you can get on to the next cycle. So we're doing them once a month. We're doing a session. So we're going to start a new cohort every month. Let's see what else is there. It follows our proven structured success-oriented methodology. It is also set like a calendar, like a classroom style. So it's a 5-week program, and they will be able to go live at the end of that 5 weeks. There are some commitment levels that need to be met. So one is that they have to agree to purchase the 12-month agreement for the software and a 12-month agreement to our virtual coworker model. Again, the reason for those things are we want to make sure it's a success. And that co-worker model allows them to treat us as if we are working side by side with their team. And that is beneficial for them. It's beneficial for their success, because then they don't have to say, oh, there's something wrong with the CRM. It's not doing what we want. So, but we don't want to call the consultants because they're going to charge us an arm and a leg. Nah, it's a fixed fee monthly approach that will allow them to tap into us as much as they need and want to be successful. And that's it. Hopefully you all see the value in this, because free is hard to beat. And more than that, dynamic CRM is a game changer. And the reason why it's exploding right now is because customers are getting killed out there. Retention is lower, profitability is lower, efficiencies are lower. Dynamic CRM acts as a hub to allow your customers to run leaner, meaner, and more profitably, and to respond to the changing customer demands even faster. And you add in Copilot. I mean, I'm sure you've all heard about Copilot, right? Microsoft is just tearing up the world with these Copilots that are just going to make things easier and easier to do with a foundational tool like Dynamics 365. So that's it, Casey. That's all I have to say, but I really appreciate the opportunity. And if any of you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, or better yet, just reach out to your Sherweb account exec to go through the CloudAscent data, because that's kind of where it all starts.
Awesome, Peter. Great stuff. Thank you very much. That was that was awesome. Hopefully, all of our partners are excited about P2P, excited about a potential partnership there. Glorbell has joined us now. So Glorbell, bear with me. I'm going to back up into your slides, and everyone got a quick preview of them, but we'll go back to the beginning. And I will turn it over to you. So just Glorbell, to catch you up, Colin talked about what is P2P from a Sherweb standpoint. Peter gave a good example of what that would look like as far as an engagement with them. And I think it'd be great to if partners are kind of the wheels are turning in their head and they're excited about the opportunity here, how can they find some customers to target here? And I know you've got some good info that you can share. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Casey, and to the rest of the Sherweb team for having me here. And I apologize for the technical issues that I was experiencing that delayed my presence to this webinar. But I'm very, very, very happy to be here with all of you. As Casey mentioned, I'm Gloribel Mondragon. I work at Microsoft. My particular focus is on business applications and SMB. So I am very, very, very excited for this opportunity. So I'm also a resident expert in CloudAscent. If you guys do have any questions, I have the chat open too, so I can take a look at them. But what I wanted to do here is just land what the methodology of CloudAscent is, share how to get access to it. I know in some of these slides, and I don't know if I have the time to cover some of the ones that I hid before, but there are like tons of screenshots that I try to include in here as well. So let me just kind of get started here in terms of kind of laying the groundwork, right? What is CloudAscent? And I think first and foremost, what's really important is to understand what the objectives are, what the goal is that we at Microsoft try to land by creating this CloudAscent tool. And so there's these big four things that we're trying to do with partners. So we're trying to help our partners reduce their customer churn. When you have insights into your current customer base, into what they're buying, what they're experiencing, any little bit like that, that will help reduce your customer churn. But the other piece of that too is making sure that you're focusing your high cost resources on the customers that actually have the propensity to buy, cross opportunities, cross solution areas, right? And then you also want to make sure that you're identifying those opportunities in which your customers are able to move over to that second workload. And then what's even more important when it comes to partners is that ability to scale, and obviously marketing helps with that. And so with CloudAscent, we also want to make sure that you're leveraging the CloudAscent data to drive some of those super micro targeted campaigns and to really address your customers' needs. So again, CloudAscent is kind of hopefully the solution for all of that. What I just really want us to all kind of ground into when it comes to CloudAscent is how CloudAscent is segmenting these customers. It's super, super important, especially as we all know, right? We all have very limited bandwidth. So CloudAscent kind of tiers these customers in a couple different ways. And so the first one is this upper medium. And so there is a filter in the CloudAscent reporting that you can kind of, and you'll see that upper medium is one of those choices there. With upper medium, those customers are customers that are almost like enterprise lookalikes. They'll have in-house IT. There's over in our entire like database set, there's like over 350,000 accounts there. In those accounts, it's obvious like oftentimes organizations that have over 300 people. You have an ACR web direct base of over $1,000 per month, and so that's kind of like what that account looks like, the upper mediums, right? And then you take it down a little bit of a step and you go to the medium businesses, and there's about 6.1 million accounts in our overall CloudAscent database in general. And then out of that, you'll see that those accounts have anywhere from like 25 to 300 people. They'll often have maybe like an in-house IT or like a partner-led IT. And then the very small businesses, There's about 72 million of those, and it's usually less than 25 employees and no IT. So depending as a partner, like where your like focus areas, maybe your focus area isn't like the smaller businesses, or maybe it's more focused on like the upper medium, what have you. That is where you just want to make sure that you're filtering that CloudAscent data based on where your target audiences are. So just kind of keep this in mind as you kind of go through the CloudAscent data, is knowing all these like customer segmentations. And then, so CloudAscent takes in like thousands, if not millions of different data sets. And it kind of comprises these two big components. And so one of them is the buyer intent, and the second component is the account fit. The buyer intent, think of this more of like behavioral type of like data points. So this is often going to be more around like their browsing patterns, job postings, blogs, content downloads, like if they're attending different conferences, social engagements, all of that is part of like this buyer intent. It's far more behaviorally based. So like the intent that somebody's putting out their actions or activities. This can also include like what they're browsing on the internet, if they're browsing any specific solution categories, right? Then you have the account fit, and this is more like demographic kind of account profile information. And so this actually takes advantage of some of our Microsoft internal sales data, and like win-loss information, any product-owned activated data that we can share. And then again, like just tons of different like internal CRM data that we can share on that regard. And then there's also firmographics information in terms of like company size, the number of employees, any recent funding events, their install base. So basically all of this CloudAscent data, again, the buyer intent, like the behavior pieces versus the account fit, which is more like the account type of profile. Like, so those are kind of the big two models that kind of join together. And in this next slide, what CloudAscent does in the next slide. Yep, perfect. So you take all that information, it gets broken down into, again, you have the account fit and then you have the account intent, and it ranks them from very low to medium to high, again, in both of those different metrics. And that ranking helps partners determine what to do. So if an account is a very high fit for the account fit score, it's always going to be an act now. If it fits what we're seeing in our own internal data for a customer that is likely to buy this additional workload or this other solution area, it will always fall in the act now, irregardless of how that customer is behaving on the internet, how if there's their social presence, whatever their intent activities are, like irregardless of all that, as long as it has a high account fit, it will always be an act now. And then it just kind of takes that. So if it's medium, then it'll be evaluate. If it's low, then it's nurture, and it's very low, it's educate. What's important here is, depending on how much data you have in your CloudAscent tool, it's important to note that if you do have a lot of data in it and it's kind of difficult to like, hey, where do I focus? Where do I not focus? Because there's so much to kind of intake. This is where the account fit will be high, and your intent signal score, you want that also to be high. And so that even gives you even more of a narrow audience to target. The other thing to kind of keep in mind is that all of our reporting for CloudAscent is updated on a monthly basis. I believe it happens like on the third week of every month. And outside of that, you do need to have, I believe it's like executive report viewer permissions to be able to view CloudAscent data in your Partner Center accounts. And so just kind of keep that stuff in mind too. If you are not a global admin on your Partner Center account, that you reach out to your global admin to get those certain permissions. And again, and you can also, I think I share this in a later slide, or maybe it's even in the hidden slides, but you can schedule reporting every month. So it actually just sends you an email with the CloudAscent report. So it's super, super, super helpful. In the next slide, yes. So this here is kind of where we make suggestions in terms of like what to do with it, right? So in the act now, and again, depending on how much data you have in your CloudAscent report, you may even be able to like reach this out to like the evaluate clusters as well. And we refer to these as clusters. So the act now cluster is where we recommend partners call, get on the phone, like start dialing, actually have a conversation with this customer, because we are seeing that they have a very, very high propensity for them to actually act now. The evaluate, this is where, if again, depending on how much you have, this could be an opportunity for you to do a call down as well. But this is also an opportunity if you have like a marketing team to do paid targeted campaigns where you are going to see an ROI on your marketing investment, because these customers just need a little bit more of a push to get them to the act now. And then when it comes to nurture and educate, this is where we recommend that it's a little bit more like organic marketing, maybe making sure that they are following you on social media, but kind of just slowly kind of nurturing those opportunities and eventually getting them into the evaluate or the act now. So that's how you can really leverage all of these clusters. And then I know this is, I want to make this like super succinct. This is what your call to action is here. So we have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of resources. Whether or not you memorize everything that I told you today is one thing, but we have the same resources online, aka.ms/CloudAscent. That website will take you to like our landing page, and I believe it's actually that second screenshot on your right. In there, there's actually a link that takes you can like log into your partner center account and get into CloudAscent, but there is a partner center demo. The demo is 24 minutes, which is, I know, very, very long in today's age, right? But halfway through that demo, so if you go between minute 16:45 and 24:45, those 8 minutes right there, that will actually go through like the partner center experience, in which you click on partner center, you go to your insights workspace, you click on the customer opportunities tab on the left, and then you can actually go through and see how you filter or you include these columns and download that, how you can schedule your reporting. So again, those 8 minutes in between 16:45 and 24:45, those 8 minutes will get you to that partner center demo. In the first 16 minutes, if we do have any other, that's the indirect provider point of view. So again, just focus on that 16 to 24 minute time frame, and you'll get to your partner center demo. If you're more of a fan of documentation, which sometimes is kind of nice to not have the marketing fluff and just having the straight documentation, we do have a docs site, and so that's aka.ms/CloudAscent docs. And then one of the other philosophies that we have here in Microsoft is like, yes, we gave you a targeted list with CloudAscent, right? We're giving you that customer information, but you need marketing resources. You need maybe pitch decks, battle cards, one pagers, any of that kind of information. And so Microsoft does have a couple of different resources that's available to all of our Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program members. You don't have to have a solution designation or anything like that. You just have to be part of our Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program. And those are the bottom two screenshots there on the right. So the first one is the PMC, the Partner Marketing Center. That has, again, like both of those resources, it's tons of marketing content. If you are looking for maybe like ad hoc kind of a one-off deck or one-off something, I would probably recommend that Partner Marketing Center. You can search exactly what you're looking for. There's tons of also industry information there, but it's very just like assets. That DMC, that bottom screenshot there, that is where you'll actually have campaigns built out for all of our partners. So there's, I know there's at least one Business Central campaign. There's one on sales as well. 6 to 12 weeks is kind of like the average campaign. You can literally drill down like week by week and see what one pagers, what pitch decks, what social media posts Microsoft recommends, and you can schedule all that, connect it to your social media channels. Like it's super, super, super baked for automation. So it's meant to help partners, especially if they don't have like large scale dedicated marketing teams. That DMC is going to be a huge time saver. And plus you can also customize some of that content with your logos and with your own messaging. So take advantage of both of those marketing resources, again, to kind of help you have those conversations with customers that you obviously will hopefully find through your CloudAscent reporting. And then I know that the next couple of slides, I think I have some hidden slides that I think will be shared with everybody. And in those hidden slides, have step-by-step screenshots of how to access information through CloudAscent through the Partner Center. And then there's also some slides around Partner Center support. And then also some slides around, again, some marketing resources in PMC and DMC, the Partner Marketing Center and the Digital Marketing Content on Demand Center, both of those also being part of that slideware. So there you are.
Thanks, Glorabel. Much appreciated. Yeah, the CloudAscent, it's such a powerful tool, so we appreciate you taking the time to walk through that with our partners. And of course, on the Sherweb side, we're happy to support and answer any questions that partners have. To Glorabel's point about those additional slides, those will be in the deck that we share after the fact as well. So appreciate that. All right, so let's get back into order here, and a couple things before we kind of look at any potential questions. Let me just kind of wrap up with a couple thoughts. Colin had shared this slide earlier, but I think it's worth repeating to kind of walk through what next steps look like. So hopefully you're excited about the P2P opportunity here as a partner, and you want in. So step one would be let us know. We're actually going to make that very easy for you. We will be sharing in the chat as well as in the follow-up literature that we send out, just a fairly straightforward form that we created. You just have to fill in your information, answer a few questions. It's going to really kind of give us the information we need on the Sherweb side to kind of see kind of where you're at in this process, kind of what you're looking to do, and we'll reach out to you and we'll get the process started. So if you kind of look through this screen here, as you move left to right, it kind of talks through everything we talked about, right? So you're going to let us know you're in, work with us to identify opportunities. We can lean in on CloudAscent, like Glorabel just walked us through. We'll match you up with a P2P partner that makes sense. So you saw an example. Azamba is our go-to partner for all things on the sales side. If you're more looking at Business Central or what have you, we'll get you matched with a P2P partner. And then it's really about just working with Sherweb, the partner we match you up with. We really want to get this to kind of a rinse and repeat type motion, right? It's not just about finding a single opportunity or even a couple. Hopefully this the goal here is to really scale this into a business for you and really lean into P2P as a way to do that. I think an important point to call out, at the bottom there, Sherweb is there to support you every step of the way. So whether it's, leaning in on the CloudAscent piece, once you get connected with a D365 partner, we're going to be in there every step of the way, supporting you throughout the entire process as a partner. So wanted to make sure I called that out. Other thing I wanted to mention, it's not lost on us that some of you joining us today may not be Sherweb partners yet. So if you're potentially new to Sherweb, our focus today has obviously been on Dynamics and specifically P2P. Sherweb obviously offers a lot more than just that. So just on the Microsoft side alone, of course, we've got support for your modern workplace practice, Azure. Outside of Microsoft, you can see everything else available. Not everything else. That's a small sample of what's available from Sherweb from a solution standpoint. In the middle there, you see kind of all those additional services that Sherweb can help you out with. Again, that's a small sample size. P2P would be an example of that additional value add that we're bringing to the table. And of course, on the far right, a team of experts. You've got Colin and myself on the dynamic side. We've got resources dedicated to every solution under the sun at Sherweb. So if you are new to Sherweb and you're looking to partner, definitely reach out to us. There's some information that we'll share. Right here, you can see some info on getting set up as a new partner. But again, I would encourage you, just fill out that form that we're going to share with you, even if you are new to Sherweb partner, and that'll really kind of kickstart the whole process. So that being said, we do have some time left over. I'll tap Colin back in here. Colin, any questions that have shown up in the chat that we need to address?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a few. So the first one I want to answer is, basically, how do Dynamics partners get into this program to serve our MSPs? Since this is a really new approach, and we've always informally done partner to partner. Now what we're trying to do is really trying to be active with it. We want to move from waiting for MSPs to contact us about inquiries their clients are making. We want to get way ahead of that. So what we're doing now is like we said with the CloudAscent data, we're basically trying to make this an outbound motion where MSPs go to their clients, know what to do, and bring back their clients to our Dynamics partners. Now, we started with Azamba because we think they have a really great offering for the SMB market. You know, it's priced at the really entry level, but that's, of course, that's not going to be a fit for everybody. That's not going to be the only type of Dynamics, even CRM partner that we're going to need to partner with for this, because ultimately the outcome is not to sell as many deployments as cheaply and as quickly as possible necessarily, or to, you know, sell as many licenses as possible. It's to have as many happy customers as possible. And to do that, I think our approach is going to be to partner with several Dynamics partners who offer different approaches to really suit the needs of all the different customers out there. So Azamba fills a really special niche that we don't have available right now that we haven't had available before, and I'm really hoping to speak with a lot of the Dynamics partners on this call to fill the other areas. And then the other question that I had kind of related to that is, do we have a P2P relationship where we're going to be doing the ERP parts of Dynamics? And the answer to that is yes. We have a partner who I'm sure you will meet soon, called Tigunya, who's expert at Business Central. They're going to be doing some work in our P2P pilot as well. And then we're going to have to go to our other Dynamics partners to fill out the other areas of Business Central, because of course that's a solution that can go way up market, way down market. It's a lot of room in there. And then we're also going to be talking about the F&O portion as well, because we want to make sure that whatever leads our MSP partners can bring, we can satisfy, and not just sell them the product, but sell them a great implementation that'll be sticky. So that's the goal here. What you're seeing is V1 of our attempt to take this offer to the clients. So I hope that gives an explanation of where we are in the process and how our other Dynamics partners are going to be involved. My goal is that MSPs are going to have somebody to recommend for any project that comes from their client base. That's my hope. So, and then I had another question here. So this is a little bit about the Microsoft, who owns the licensing and earns the incentive rebates and CSP credit. So that goes down to, that's going to be between you and whichever Dynamics partner you end up working with, right? So if you're an MSP and it's important for you to have the licensing, you'll work with a Dynamics partner who is okay with that arrangement. So for them, they're okay to give up licensing. They have a pricing model that allows them to do that, and it makes sense. You may have others who say, we're going to keep the licensing, but we're going to do a revenue share with you. And, if that doesn't work out for you, then that's not the partnership for you. But ultimately, we want you to be in partnerships that make sense for you. So they're both are going to be available depending on who you work with. Sherweb doesn't set those terms. We just suggest certain arrangements to partners that, are equitable and gonna lead to everybody being happy and getting paid. So we're not enforcing any kind of agreements, and it will really be up to you to decide what kind of agreements you want to be in. I hope that answers the question. Any follow-ups to those? Always please reach out to the Dynamics team here at Sherweb. We do want to speak with you anytime, and we want to get into this more. We're excited about this opportunity, and we want as much input as we can get. I hope that I hope the questions that we got, and if you're feeling shy, just ping the team. You're gonna get follow up with the probably a link to the recording, I would think, and then the slides are going to be made available as well. That's all I had for questions. I kind of looped them all into a large answer, but does anybody else have anything they'd like to say about that?
Yeah. Closing thoughts, Glorabel, Peter, feel free to add anything that you'd like.
I would love to just quickly say too, if there is any just general feedback on like P2P or how to best approach it, even from like a Microsoft perspective, we're trying to create frameworks and trying to create content as well. Like, for example, how do we train MSPs to maybe like listen or like understand any of those buying signals, like specifically for sales or specifically for for Business Central. And so if there is any like feedback or if there's any suggestions around that as well, we're totally open for it. And you can always connect with the Sherweb team, or you can also just find me on LinkedIn as well. But we're open. We're just trying to figure out like the best way to make sure that we grow our business applications solution area and we get the right solutions in front of the right customers.
Yeah, Casey, I kind of want to riff off that. So one of the things that we do with our partners is if you get introduced to us through Sherweb, we do a sales enablement program. So we've got like a little 5x7 battle card of what things to listen for CRM opportunities, what things to look for, just some quick definitions so your sales reps and your account execs can just kind of get up to speed real fast. It's like a 20-minute presentation. We usually will jump on a sales call, a monthly sales call or weekly sales call, and just give our spiel. And we can actually send out laminated cards for your people so they can have them by their desks and just really listen for those opportunities. The CloudAscent data, though, that's the killer, because if you have a list of, let's say you have 100 customers, probably 20 to 30 of them are probably looking in the act now bucket. CRM is taking off. It's exploding like crazy. So there's quick and easy ways to engage on that. My team will also help you with, these are all free services. We'll help you put CRM biz apps on your website. We will do webinars for you. There's no charge for that, all based on what the customer is going to receive from the value of the dynamic solution. And these things all will generate business for you with little to no effort on your part. Our job really is to, like Sherweb said, like Casey said earlier, we're here to lift the waters for all of us. And we're going to do it, and you won't have to lift a finger, really. Just open the doors, trust the Sherweb process, trust the Sherweb P2P program, and allow us to do what we've spent 20-some years doing, which is helping customers find and identify how to use CRM to reach their goals. So those are all things that we love to do.
Value alignment is all about happy customers, and that's what Sherweb's trying to deliver in the end. Through our relationships, through these programs, through any assistance we provide, because burning and churning is not really what we do. So we're trying to build something long term. So that's why we appreciate the partnership with Microsoft as well as Azamba, and all of our D365 partners. They tend to have that value alignment with us. So we thank everybody. Thanks, everybody.
And I wanted to thank Sherweb for including us in on this program. So thank you all, Sherweb, for doing this, because Dynamics makes the customer stickier and happier and more successful. So I just can't help it. I have to give one more pitch for Dynamics. It's so great. I've done many different CRMs in the past. Dynamics is like the killer. So it's just so amazing.
Yeah, and it's getting better. It's getting better with every release. So with that said, I think we got to let everybody go, but we appreciate you all being here. Glorabel, Peter, thank you so much. Casey,
yes.
Thank you. Please, let's all continue the conversation. We want to take this into the new year strong. So we'd like to hear from you. If you're an MSP, if you're a Dynamics partner, we want to hear from you. And we want to operationalize this ASAP. And we can't do it without you. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Colin. Thanks,
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.